All right, let's jump right in. We're talking about something huge today, a fundamental shift in how we all work. It's this move away from just digging for files and instead getting actual smart answers right when we need them. Seriously, forget about finding documents. The real goal here is finding clarity.
I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, right? Goodbye to files and folders. But it really nails what's happening. Think about it. That whole system we all grew up with, the desktop, folders inside of folders, just endless files. AI is completely tearing that down and rebuilding it. So you gotta ask, how did we even get here? And what's this new world gonna look like?
Okay, so let's rewind a bit. I want you to picture this. You're a medical sales rep, right? And your entire office, it's this giant tote bag. And it is a total disaster. We're talking stuffed to the brim with clinical papers, product brochures, and yeah, a camera roll on your phone that's just a crazy jumble of surgical x-rays. Now imagine trying to find one specific thing for a doctor, in that critical moment. It was a nightmare. Just pure chaos.
So naturally, we all thought going digital would be the magic fix, right? That it would solve everything. But, spoiler alert, it didn't. In reality, we just traded one messy situation for a whole new kind of mess. And this is a pain point I think every single one of us can feel. We swapped that physical tote bag for things like Dropbox and Google Drive, but what happened? They just became these digital black holes. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You search for a file and you get 10 different versions. And one of them is called like final_presentation_v2_final_for real this time _v3. We didn't get organization. We got digital clutter.
Okay, and this is where we get to the core of the big change. The old way, searching in Dropbox or Google Drive, it just gave you a long list of files, a list of places where the answer might be hiding. You still had to do all the heavy lifting. But the new AI way, it just bypasses all of that. You ask a question, and bam, you get a direct, structured answer. It's not a search engine anymore, it's an answer engine. Huge difference.
So you're probably wondering, how is a jump like that even possible? Well, it all comes down to the tech that's making it happen. This is the AI-powered shift.
All right, let's talk about how this actually works. And don't worry, we're not going to get bogged down in all the super technical jargon, vector embeddings, cosine similarity, all that stuff. Let's just skip it. Here's the only thing you need to know. Traditional search, it just matches keywords. That's it. But AI-powered search, it actually understands semantics and context. It gets the meaning behind what you're asking, so it can find the exact answer you need, even if your phrasing isn't perfect. And here's the real game changer, I think. It's how this whole thing empowers you, the individual. This isn't just about some top-down, corporate-mandated library of content. No, it actually lets our sales rep, for example, mix those official, company-approved documents with their own personal stuff, their own little gold mine. Those studies they highlighted, the x-rays they know are super effective, or that one presentation they tweaked that just works? That's what puts the power in the hands of the person actually doing the job.
Okay, theory is great, but let's see this thing in action. Because when you see a real-world scenario, the difference between the old way and the new way just becomes crystal clear. So picture it. Our sales rep is standing in a hospital. A surgeon, literally between cases, turns to them and fires off a super specific, time-sensitive question. Hey, what are the indications for the persona knee? The pressure is on. Every single second matters here.
Now, in the old world, this moment is just pure stress. You're fumbling to open your laptop, you're typing in a search for what you hope is the right PDF, and then you're just frantically scrolling and scrolling, your eyes are glazing over, you're trying to find that one little section, and all the while, the surgeon is just standing there waiting. It's slow, it's clumsy, and honestly, you might not even find the answer. Okay, now let's look at the new reality. With an AI-powered app, you just pull out your phone, you type, or even better, you just speak the question into it. What are the indications for the persona knee? And instantly, a clear, concise answer pops up, complete with citations that link right back to the original documents. Done.
See? That just transforms a moment of high stress into a moment of high performance. This isn't just, a small improvement. It's a complete change in what you're capable of doing. It really is. Super simple, super fast, and super accurate.
So look, this example from medical sales, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. The implications here are absolutely enormous, because this isn't just about one job or one industry. This is about the future of how all of us interact with information, period.
So what's the big picture here? Well, we are fundamentally moving away from being document hoarders and becoming users of instant intelligence. AI is basically taking all our stuff, our PDFs, our notes, our presentations, and breaking it down into its most basic parts. And when that happens, suddenly that perfectly polished brochure isn't as important as the raw data that's inside of it. The new currency isn't the file itself. It's getting an instant, reliable answer.
So we've seen how this tech totally flipped the world of medical sales on its head, turning all that chaos into pure clarity. But you know it's not going to stop there. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. We've got law, finance, engineering, education. What industry, what job is next on the list?